Welcome to GCT, the Rajima's Garden Cook Travel channel. Today we're going to see about a recipe named Alfredo chicken pasta. It's an Italian dish and it's going to be mouth-watering, so get ready for the journey. The ingredients needed are chicken strips about 300 grams and milk about half a liter, wheat pasta about 200 grams, 2 onions, ginger garlic paste of 1 teaspoon, and about 10 to 12 garlic cloves, some salt and pepper for seasoning. I have taken about 300 grams of chicken strips, and if needed it can be used straight away, or maybe we can cut it into small pieces. I would recommend to have it cut into small pieces because it makes the cooking process quicker and easier, and of course you get more pieces into the pasta. I'm roughly chopping it, cutting it into pieces. Maybe one strip can be cut into 3 pieces. If you wish to have 2 pieces, yes, please go ahead. And yes, we are ready with the 300 grams of chicken strips for the pasta. And now we need to season it with a little salt and pepper. So that's the main ingredient and the flavor for the dish. About a spoonful of salt and maybe again a spoonful of pepper should do. Let it sit for about an hour or maybe even less than that. Even 30 minutes should be fine for a quick cooking. Let it marinate well, and the salt and pepper should get absorbed by the chicken strips. That's it. So the seasoning part is done and we're going to keep it aside. Let's continue with the rest of the process. I have taken about 12 to 14 garlic cloves and I'm chopping it finely. Let it be very small, but do not smash it. Let's transfer the finely chopped garlic cloves to a bowl for the simple reason that our cutting board gets ready for the next step. And yes, here we go with the 2 onions and a cup of pasta. So I have taken about 2 cups of pasta. Onions have to be finely chopped. We can either use a knife and finely chop it, or we can use a chopper in case if we have it. I'm using a chopper here, and this does the job well, where I get very finely chopped onions with no effort, effortless. Finely chopped onions are ready. If using a knife, again the onions needs to be finely chopped, which actually blends well with the pasta of the recipe which we are making today. In the meantime, let's take a bowl and fill it with water, give it a boil. Once the water gets boiled, we are adding the pastas to it, and maybe it has to cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. I have taken a pan with oil, and once the oil is heated, I'm adding the seasoned chicken strips to it. It's just been seasoned with salt and pepper. Let it cook for some time, and once it is cooked on one side, we can turn around the other side and let it cook on the other side. The white color tells us that the chicken is almost cooked. So the color change is something which is, we can have it as a indication that chicken pieces are cooked. Meantime, parallel processing in place, pastas are being cooked. Back to chicken, we are frying it to make sure the chicken is cooked properly in oil, and the finely chopped garlic cloves and onions on display. Coming back to the stove, the chicken is almost ready. If you just pinch it with your hand, you could see the tenderness, and of course you can have a bite of it. It's going to be yummy. Now that's been moved, transferred to a different bowl. Again, we're using the same pan, reusing the vessel. One pot, one shot, not exactly. Taking some garlic cloves in it. Saute it well. Let the aroma get mixed in the air, and it's time to add onions. The finely chopped onions are now added. So the oil now has garlic, finely chopped garlic cloves and finely chopped onions, and we are frying it. Seems to be a little bit of oil is extra needed. I'm adding little oil to it, little more oil to it, and again I'm sauteing it. So once the onions are well cooked or half cooked, you can add a teaspoon of salt to it, and of course this dish goes with pepper for the spiciness, nothing else. No chili powder, no chili. So the salt and pepper are added, the onions are well cooked, the raw smell has been gone at this stage, and the cooked pastas are well drained, and the drained pastas are added here to this onion and garlic mixture. Give it a toss, give it a stir, saute and stir well. Mix everything, the masalas, the onion mixture as well, the cooked pasta. And one point which I wanted to tell here is that this is a wheat pasta, not a maida pasta, so it is always good and healthy to use wheat instead of maida. And now comes our chicken, which is pre-cooked with seasoned salt and pepper, and we now have the chicken added to the pasta. I bet at this point the flavor is going to be really fantastic, and it's the time to add milk to it. I have added 1 tumbler of milk to it. Again I'm stirring it. 1 more tumbler, it's altogether 2 tumblers now. And half a more, so it's totally about 2.5 tumblers, which is like roughly half a liter of milk. And this delightful creamy yummy pasta is going to be ready in some time. Usually maida will also be added as part of this recipe at this step where we add the milk, but we are skipping the maida for the reason that it is not healthy, but it's not going to deprecate the taste and flavor of the dish. It's going to be 100% delicious, though not maida added. And we are closing it with the lid, allowing it to cook and dry so that the milk gets absorbed. The yummy delicious chicken pasta is ready.